I loves me some 1 degree of Chunky B.
Now, I just have to make a comment about Chunky B. Have you ever seen him looking so good?
The panel then includes actress Lady Kazan, comedian Chunky B, and Playboy TV host Julie Strain. Chunky?
What was the question?
Now, I forgot to pee, but let's just go. I'll
right.
pee at the break.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being patient. 1 degree of Chunky B, chunkyb.tv. What I mean by patience, we had so much fun with the Apostle that we had to keep playing them. And plus, it being spring break and around Easter and the holiday, we were out of town. And that's what we're going to talk about, what Easter means to a Jewish guy.
Oh, you really?
No.
All right. I can tell you what I did.
Yeah. Okay. You know something? Before we break down our little story, we're not going to have a guest. It's one of our first times in a long time we haven't had a guest. We've got a lineup coming up that you guys are really going to dig. We'll tell you about that later. But I want to say congratulations to Dennis Duck. Venice Duck. Check this out, people. The duck is now being served in Dodger Stadium.
That's right, Chavez Ravine.
What do you think it's going for? What do you think a big old cup of that shit goes for? It's not shit, by the way.
Probably $9.
Yeah.
And I'd pay every penny of that. And I'm going to April 19th at Dodger Day for North Venice Little League.
Yeah.
And you didn't introduce me, but my name's Gary. I'm the executive producer of the show.
That's right.
So I thank you all for being here. And yes, for being patient, because you know what? We kind of suck. We got a little lazy there.
We did. We did. There's a couple things that we're getting involved in. Travis going out of town.
That's
moving
right.
out of town.
That's right.
And then Adler you went down to the Baja, right?
Yes,
And
I
some
did.
Surfing.
I went down to Baja with the family and a couple other families. We rented a 5-bedroom house in Ensenada and just had a ball. The kids surfed 3 times a day.
How were the waves?
Amazing.
Really?
Really, really, really
And
good.
did you enjoy the waves also?
I did. Once a day, maybe
Yeah.
twice a day,
Right
but
on.
mostly once a day.
Any people get hurt? Any up against the rocks?
No, there was none of that. None of that. A couple of beers stolen, but that's about it.
Right on.
Yeah,
For
but
the kids.
well, here's the thing, and people who surf in Southern California know this: that Baja has excellent waves. The water's the same temperature as here. It's just northern Baja. It's not that far down, and but for about 10 years, the cartel and the combination of the cartel and the being stopped by the cops every 2 seconds when we were down there,
Right.
turned everybody away. So for about 10 years, people didn't go. They just stopped going. And then word leaked out, listen, all that shit's done with. It's okay to come back down. We didn't get pulled once. And usually I'd be down there 3 times at least, pulled over. You got to hand them a 20 and be on your way.
Only a 20?
That's all you do. You give them your driver's license wrapped in a 20, and then they go, okay, you can go.
Hold on, Adler. This just in. Congratulations goes to the Yukon Huskies.
Oh, wow.
In the girls' basketball.
Hey, look at that. Yeah. Listen, go to your DVRs and watch that game.
Breaking news.
Yeah, it happened about a week ago.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, super fun. Everything was cool. And now they have a new thing down there called the Fast Pass. And like my wife got a massage. They gave her the Fast Pass. And when you're at the border, you got her own separate little line. You go straight to the frickin'... You may be waiting 30 minutes instead of an hour and 30 minutes. And
Really?
it's worth every penny.
It's like a Disney, Fast Pass.
That's exactly what it is.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, let me get you up to date on the wonderful world of Chunky
dude,
B.
you went deep, right?
This is why my throat sounds so scratchy.
Yeah.
It was more of a chat fest than anything. Went to my great friend Joe, got married in Audubon Park, uptown New Orleans, and I had the privilege of being his best man. And he did not want a bachelor party.
Okay.
So I told him I was coming Thursday night before the wedding. Turns out I come in Tuesday night before the wedding and rent out Tipitina's.
Right.
Right there on Chapatula. It's one of the best music venues in the world.
First of all, how'd you get the venue?
Connections.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you are the mayor of New Orleans.
Oh, no. I'm way down the pole. So Joe's like, I don't even want to get, he's like, I'm not even getting out of the car. You guys go ahead and sign the papers. That's what they were saying.
Okay.
And as Joe walked in, a long table of 20, all fancy, chined up and stuff, right smack on the dance floor.
Right.
And who's there?
Who's there?
Art Neville.
Nice.
George Porter Jr., Johnny Grow. If you know anything about the, anything about the New Orleans music, you know what I'm talking about. Who am I missing? Who did Johnny Grow? Dave Malone from the Radiators.
Wow. You had a whole...
Yeah. Is that crazy?
Did a jam session break out?
Yes.
Oh my God. How great is that?
And here's what happened. We actually hired the Astro Project. If you ever know this 3-piece band,
Okay.
Little jazzy, bluesy, funky, unbelievable. The musicians that were coming into our luncheon were like, how'd you get these guys?
Right.
Then all of a sudden we're wrapping things up. Everybody did a toast. It was a great thing. And everybody looks up at the dance floor. And when I say everybody, there's 20 of us.
Right.
George Porter Jr. on the stand-up bass.
Nice.
Just going out in his tie-dye and shorts. Never seen before. George said, I've never played the stand-up bass, let alone at Tipitina's.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So we had a bourbon bar at this place.
Yeah.
And it was all because of Jeffrey Goldring, who's,
Right.
the most generous individual known to mankind. And I even stay at his, he and his wife have a spare apartment.
Does he have a nickname?
The Finger.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
I thought so.
Yeah. So Finger is the one who really did 99.9.
Right.
I just piggybacked off of him. You know, they say if you're going to be an executive producer, find really good producers.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
So everything is going great. At the luncheon.
So is he really surprised and
Totally.
just absolutely beyond? But
Yeah.
he was over it, over the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know something? When Joe gets excited, he'll smile and like rub his head. Wow, you guys got me. Right? So another guest was Frenchie. Now, if you know anything about Frenchie, he's got a art gallery right across the street from one of your favorite places, the Maple Leaf.
That's right.
So we go in his backyard because we got all the booze. And we're going back in his backyard. And before you know it, it's like a sausage fest with
Bunch of dudes.
Just a bunch of dudes. And we loved it. We had this whole courtyard to ourselves, and we were getting extremely festive.
Yeah.
And here's what went down. What I'm about to tell you is honest to God truth.
Nice. I'm just going to give you a single. Go.
Okay. So Frenchie is a great, great artist. I've got 3 of his pieces in my house right now. And it was on his easel, and I'm spacing out the saxophone guy's name.
Okay.
Legendary, but not so legendary. And I go, Frenchie, it would be my dream in life if I could do one stroke of any color you say. You could be in a corner, and you could paint over it. I don't care. And he goes, fuck you, Chunky. I won't even paint over it. But you got to do it naked. Before he ended the sentence, half my clothes were off. Where's my brush? And everyone, Frenchie's like, Chunky's naked. Get out, get out. So he hands me the brush, and all the dudes are running out of his gallery. And I'm sitting here, beer belly, hairy ass. And I did one little red dot in the upper right-hand corner. It took a whole 3 seconds.
Right.
But I got my clothes back on.
And you contributed.
I'm on a Frenchie.
You're a contributor.
Man,
you're like his apprentice. You know what I mean? Like you're...
But the thing is, now I can sit there and go, Frenchie, I work together.
Please.
Damn.
That's great. So it's awesome. It went well. You ate well. You partied well.
Yes.
You did all the things you're supposed to do in New Orleans and more.
Beautiful wedding. Audubon Park.
Now, you know what? You're not in any of the photos, though. Can you explain that?
I disagree. You're just not looking on the right page.
Maybe I'm not on the right page.
Because
It's like I see the ones Johnny List posts and Jennifer and Nance, but I don't see you in any of them.
No. You just haven't found the mother load.
Oh, okay.
All right. And you know what I got to do? I got to go on stage at the reception.
Okay.
And sing a song with George Porter Jr. and the running partners playing the music to a song I wrote.
Nice. Very nice.
Yep.
I've heard that song before.
Yes. Crew of Fest Head.
Yeah. Good for you, man. And did you make a toast?
3 of them.
3 toasts.
Yep. And I didn't even volunteer to do it. He was like, Go do a toast. 90 seconds or less.
You have to, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good for you.
And what happened, we had this like half a circle of white chairs.
Yeah.
We had that big flower thing that, Johnny List married him.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, he was the reverend.
How fun.
Yeah, and I was the best man. And our great friend Molly Henderson was the best woman with another girl named Nancy who runs Tipatinas that gives us all the connections.
Fantastic.
The family, man.
I love it.
And my buddy Mike Aceto out of Tucson, which he was we were co-best men, to be honest with you.
Are they listeners to the podcast?
Yes.
They are.
Yeah.
Oh, so cool. So don't make sure you don't miss anybody, that you need to thank.
Well, I need to thank Jeffrey Goldring and Walton.
Okay. Anybody else?
And this is what I do when I go to New Orleans, because I know I can't keep up with Finger.
Okay.
I mean, booze wise, he's in recovery, so he's straight
Right.
as an arrow.
But he's just in the business.
Right. We buy their little kids Van shoes from Venice, and they can go online and get the exact same
Of
ones.
course.
But hey, we bought them in Venice.
Right.
And they love it. They're acting like, whoa,
Those are Dogtown shoes.
Dogtown shoes. It hit me pretty good that my memory allows me to enjoy the hours of the bar's opening.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like a couple of them don't
A couple of them don't what?
close.
Right. Those are the good ones.
And that's why Nancy and I are barely talking.
Oh, no.
Dog house.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Here's what me. I like to adventure into the wonderful world of dive bars, whatever community I go to.
Well, listen, it's almost an obligation.
It is. And I hooked up with these two really, really great people. And I met one of the guys a while back, but didn't know him all that well. And we're at this dive bar. And the only way you get in, you have to buzz in.
Okay.
And then, the bartender's got the button. Chain motherfucking smoking.
Right.
Drinking $2.50 beers.
You got to love it.
Oh, my God. I mean,
That's the cheapest breakfast in town.
Then I would go there because it was walking distance from the apartment. It was so much fun. It was a good time.
And you ingratiated yourself immediately, I'm sure.
So I run over there after I spent great quality time
Yeah.
at the bar, and I went back the next afternoon, and I said, "Is there any chance I left a credit card here?"
Oh, get out of here, bro. You did it again?
Check this out.
Oh, no way.
He goes, Chunky. He called me Chunky. He goes, "I've been working in bars for a real long time, and I just want to let you know you are the first that left 2." I left 2 credit cards.
Wow, no way.
Yeah, and he had
But
them
this
both.
time they weren't in the outhouse.
We're
not in the porta potty.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story. So that's it in a nutshell.
Wow,
I
man,
got
that
out.
sounds exciting. And now we're drinking tea and water
Yeah,
and
we're not even drinking that
eating
stuff.
salads. I came in, you were eating a salad.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
really smart.
Chunky's doing a good old cleanse.
Yeah, I like it.
There's a wagon, and I'm jumping on it.
I like it. Smart move.
So I'm going to continue on telling you my day that happened in at the NFL because I was working shooting camera.
Okay.
The very next day, I got on a plane at like 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Their time. So we're getting in here about 11ish. We get home, still zooming,
Of course.
very little sleep. Wake up and go to the NFL. My buddy Reed, who is, very educated in New Orleans and what it has to offer, goes, "Dude, you look like a mess." I'm like,
Oh, was he at the He was at NFL?
He was shooting camera with me.
Just you know.
Right. But I can tell you this.
Okay.
I went to the director. I go over to the director and I say, "Dude, listen to me." I've known him for a long time.
Right.
I go, "Do you remember what you were telling me the story last month when you got back from Ireland, where you and your wife went, to Ireland?"
Yeah.
I go, "You remember the story?"
Yeah.
He goes, yeah. I go, "How long did it take you to get back to normal?" He's like, "Be honest with you, like 5 days." And I said, "Day 1." And he goes, "Okay." And then the rehearsal shot we were doing, he's in the booth and we're all shooting. Camera 2, Chunky, you're shaking. You're shaking. I'm like, all right, let me adjust my camera. Got over it. Reed's busted my balls like nobody's business. And then we're right smack in the middle of this live show,
Uh-huh.
and cameras are zooming and running around, and we gotta like sometimes carry them over cables and up to little steps, and the stage manager goes, audible, everybody back. I grabbed my camera and I set it where it was supposed to be, and then read on the headset. There's an ISO channel. There's just a crew can hear.
Of course.
Just, you motherfucker, what the fuck did you do? I'm like, what are you talking about? You took my camera.
Oh no.
So camera 2 and camera 1 were like 40 feet away from each other, and Reed's like, hey, director, Chunky fucked up, took my camera, swap 1 for 2, just this segment. And I was the laugh of the day,
Yeah.
but I took it. No,
But
those guys are great.
but people knew what the deal was. And
Yeah.
everybody's been there.
But it had nothing to do with me not clicking 100%.
Yeah.
It was panic on that stage. I had 30 seconds to get to point A to point B, and I swear I thought that was my camera.
You just grabbed it.
Just grabbed it.
Wow.
But it's great. It gives those guys something to talk about.
Yeah.
They're with each other every day, and they do adore each other's company.
Yeah.
The camera crew, the audio crew, the
course.
lighting crew. Sometimes there's a lot of sit and wait, but when it's go time, you got to have your shit together, because you've got the producers looking over at the front, the director's booth. They're going chaotic. It bleeds off onto the stage. Stage manager says, what? But I love it. I love
Cool,
working
man.
there. I love working there.
That's awesome. And listen, I think one other thing we should do before we take a break, do we have a gig coming up at the Scarlet Lady we can talk about?
let's talk
because
about-
I'm going to announce our headliner on this show.
Right now?
We're going to tease that.
Okay. For safety reasons? No. I should say for health reasons.
Uh-huh.
I am going to stay home this year and miss Jazz Fest. We're going to do a slamming show May 2nd back at the Lady.
Oh, I love it. So May 2nd. Okay.
Yep.
May 2nd, back at the Lady. And when we get back from this break, I'm going to tell you who's going to headline that show.
And I want to let you know, I don't have no idea what he's talking about.
All right. Goodbye.
So cute to talk to you. Hey, you guys, Chunky B. 1 degree of Chunky B in the Garage of Love. And if you want to get your quack on, you go to Venice Duck. And I'm not even kidding. This is a good beer. Tell your friends. Don't be afraid to get your quack on. Dude, this is actually really good beer.
It's fucking great beer.
We're so lucky.
Oh, shit. I'm still recording.
Hey, you guys, music provided by Play Up Music. That's playupmusic.com. Hey, welcome back to the Garage of Love. 1 degree of Chunky B. ChunkyB.tv. Give some love to the love master himself, Gary Adler.
Thank you,
producer of
Chunky
Love.
B.
Yeah.
It's awesome to be here just chatting with you for a change.
I haven't seen you in
Yeah.
weeks.
We don't have a guest, but we're going to have one next week. We should announce that. We should talk about how our audience is growing pretty rapidly,
Yep,
I might add. And thank Josh Robert Thompson for being on for 3 weeks in a row.
Man, talking about beating a dead horse.
Oh, my goodness. Sorry, Josh Robert Thompson.
Yeah, I was just going to mention Secretariat from the Late Late Show. But it's too soon.
Yeah, too soon.
Okay, dude, tell me. What do you got up your sleeve?
Okay, so you just said Scarlet Lady, May 2nd.
Yes.
Right. A friend of the show had lunch with him today. Ryan Sickler will be headlining that show.
You're kidding.
Comedian Ryan Sickler from the Crab Feast. Give it up, people.
You want to know, I would never want to promote another podcast. I'm kidding. I would do that all the time. But the Crab Feast with Jay Larson,
Yep.
who's been here.
Yes, he
and
has.
Ryan Sickler's been here.
Yes, that he has too.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah. So check out their podcast. Dude, once again, goosebumps.
Right.
Saturday night.
Yeah, he's threatened to bring me on his podcast for like the 1,000th time.
Right.
Hasn't happened yet. We'll see.
All right. Can we talk about the Sklar brothers?
Would love to talk about the Scholar Brothers.
Okay. Jason and Randy. I work.
People know them from those commercials, right? Mostly.
Yeah.
What kind of ads were those? What were they for? They were hilarious.
Dude, I can't remember.
It was the Sklar Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I now have the privilege of warming up the show that they're on every week.
Which is the Jim Rome show?
Jim Rome show on Showtime.
Right.
And he's going to air a brand new one tomorrow night. Well, shit, it's too late.
So last week.
Yeah. Can I can change the subject a little bit?
Please.
Working for Jim Rome, he has some of the greatest guests. I got to meet briefly, and keep in mind when I say I get to meet, I got to shake a hand, because I've got the microphone, boom, boom, boom. Duff McKagan. Now, if you do not know that name,
Is he the food guy? The baker? Duff?
he is the old bass player for Guns N' Roses.
Oh, yeah, Duff.
And he's a complete sports fan.
Right.
And he loves everything about Seattle, right?
Right.
He was telling some stories on that show. He just wrote a new book. I don't know what we're promoting it.
Right.
How to Be a Real Man.
Yeah.
And I just found it fascinating.
Duff.
Yeah.
Look him up.
And you know who was really fun to see on stage and do his bit as a pro football player?
Uh-huh.
Gronk.
Gronk.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
New England. He was up there having a good time. He got to spike a pinata.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did it
slow
explode?
motion. Oh, it popped.
Yeah. Cool, man. So,
Yeah.
what else is going on? Are your kids doing all right? They're doing the baseball thing? What's happening there?
Baseball.
Uh-huh.
Jack is going up to his 9th game in the juniors Little League.
Oh, right.
Go 9 games. They're 9-0.
9-0.
And he has yet to strike out.
Wow, no shit.
No home runs, but he hits.
So his on-base percentage is 1,000?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. No kidding.
Yep.
That's pretty special.
He had a double and a single yesterday, a walk and a pop out, and they won 23-0.
Wow.
How do you do 23? You got to call that game.
I ain't bragging, but Beck's team won 20-5 yesterday. And he batted switch hitter.
I heard.
Yeah, that was his big thing.
Yeah.
So proud of him, man. I couldn't believe it. But he's a super athlete, super little punky athlete.
Yep.
And so it was 12-3.
Right.
And the coach told him, if we're ever up by 8, you can switch hit, because he switch hits in the batting cages.
Yeah.
And he does well. So I saw Beck pointed at the scoreboard, and coach was like, all right. He went up there lefty, took it to full count, smacked one in the gap in the left field for a RBI single.
Wow.
Yeah, it was, and he looked at me. You should have seen him smile. You know how Beck is, man.
I don't want to steal anybody's thunder, but let's just say that Jack and Beck cut a deal. Even though they're best friends, you still can't get anything for free around here.
That's for sure.
So Jack's going, Dad, Beck wants my gray bat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, give it to him. And he's like, nah,
Yeah, because Beck sells everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if he gets it for free.
I know, I was
he'll
going to
sell
say,
it. Yeah.
we saw him win this the deck for a skateboard. We saw him get a bag full of free shit. 2 weeks later, Jack's buying it up for 30.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not giving that bat up. But the story is, and I've seen it in action, he bought the gray bat, and kids on the team are borrowing it.
Yeah,
They're hitting.
man. And he
They're
can
hitting.
make that money back, like
That's
$1 a
right.
hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, no. It's fun.
How's,
Little League's great, and they've lost one game.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're great.
I want to talk about my daughter
Let's hear that.
down in Anaheim.
Yeah.
A volleyball tournament
Okay.
like nobody's business.
Okay.
Cramming volleyball courts with the big nets,
Yeah.
squeaking and whistling, chaos.
Yeah. Whistles. and,
Yeah. As I'm walking through this, and I'm looking for H6.
Okay.
How big does a place have to be where you got to have a letter and a number to find the fucking volleyball?
Right.
So I'm cutting through nets, running through the courts, and out of a sea of volleyballs,
Okay.
an oasis, draft beer. I'm like, I'll come down to the volleyball. It was a hot dog.
Draft beer.
Yeah. It was one of these places where you can like stay in an area.
Have a hot dog and a beer.
Yes.
Oh my God, you gotta love that.
Yeah, that's where the dads come.
Yeah, they should do that up at North Venice Little League. If they had beer,
Not a chance.
you're right.
He
Not
was
a
safe, pal.
chance. Not a chance. Anyway,
How's the workplace?
works great, dude.
Yeah.
Just had a really big shoot, and I'm not sure I can say it.
Yeah.
It was Rebecca Romaine from one of our shows. She hosts a show on our channel, and she's fantastic. And we did a big shoot with her 2 weeks ago, and it went real well. And I'll talk to you about it more when it starts rolling out.
I got a pretty big gig. Do you think we get this show on the air by April 18th?
Next week.
Okay, so we can do it.
Yeah.
So then let's clearly talk about Wendy Walsh. Wendy Walsh is having that live lab.
Yeah.
It's going to be off. It's going to be crazy.
I know, but you pawned me off onto the fucking.
That's right. You're going to be the
OCS
auctioneer
thing.
at the school fund thing.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Check this out, people.
Pawned me off.
Go to Dr. Wendy Walsh, okay, Facebook or tweet or anything like that, and get dialed in. I'm embarrassed that I don't have the details because I'm the opening act for this. It's going to be a big theater. It's you know what she said, and I kid you not, it's going to be like $40 a ticket. But if you use our name, you get $10 off your ticket. If you say 1 degree of Chunky B.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, she told me that last week.
Oh, that's really great. So we should do that right now. Pitch it up.
All right, you guys, you got to find Dr. Wendy Walsh. I'm saying it correctly.
Love Live Lab.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look it up. She is hilarious. She's a genius, and she's really sexy. And she's gonna have.
She's sexy.
Yeah. She's gonna have on stage. It's gonna be a thing. It's not like you're not gonna see like, oh, look at the hookers and the. It's gonna be like some experiments in the field of relationships.
I love it. I wish I could go.
Yeah.
You pawned me off.
Yeah, but I'm not the kind of guy that will go up on that stage. I'll do my bit.
Yeah.
You know, but
You're not like warming the thing up, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, you are.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's super fun.
But I would never get up there and do something with Nancy. It's too
Oh,
embarrassing.
is that? Oh, there's no way.
It's couple works.
Oh,
It's
no.
single people
Yeah,
work.
we can't do that.
Yeah.
No, we can comment on the sidelines.
But we love to see other people do it.
Yeah, we can comment
And
from
we're
the side.
happy for those people that experiment with pure joy.
I got nothing against it.
Yeah.
I watch those HBO specials sometimes.
Yeah.
Where you got the old people in the woods stroking each other. You know what I mean? You're like, wait, what is this?
Yeah.
No, not doing that either.
I was going to take off May 2nd and go up north.
Scarlet Lady, though.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not going.
Good.
But you know that thing I did about less than a year ago? Ayahuasca?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were asking
doing
me
that again?
I got invited up there. But I'm not. I can't. No.
Yeah, I think you need to cleanse before you cleanse.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that helps you cleanse.
I know, but you need
Right.
to detox before you cleanse.
That shit makes you purge, man. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, look that up. That's a whole nother show.
That is another show. But Chunky, it's been great catching up with you, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what else there is. I'm super proud of my son, my other son, who's doing the diving. And he DQ'd his first contest.
Yeah.
Second contest, 5s and 6s.
I know. I was there.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. He did a gainer.
He
did
pulled
a
it
gainer.
together, man. I don't know how he did it.
I do have some tips for him on his approach.
Please do. Give
Okay.
it to him.
Okay.
I heard you were the diving whisperer. You have some tips for his Speedo? You're like, listen.
It's a little too big. For legal reasons, I can't talk about it. Yeah. All right, so let's close this up. Go find Wendy Walsh.
Scarlet Lady, May 2nd.
May 2nd. That's mandatory attendance, people.
That's right. And Ryan Sickler from the Crab Feast to headline that show.
Yes. In closing, because I know you're going to be at Dodger Stadium soon, how are we looking? What do you think?
Dodgers?
Yeah. Did you watch the
Dodgers
first game?
won.
They're on right now. We'll turn it on later.
Yeah.
Dodgers won the opener.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yankees lost their opener.
That's why they can't serve beer there anymore. They lost the opener.
Oh, my God. That is the worst joke ever.
That's a funny one, you baseball people.
That is a good one, though.
All right, let's put a bow on it. You know, my name is Chunky B. This is 1 degree of Chunky B. Say goodnight to Gary Adler,
Good
executive
night,
producer. Up
people.
Love.
Thank you. Hit the Amazon button and keep donating, keep listening, keep watching,
Love
keep
is
telling
all
your
we
friends
need.
about us.
Love is all we need. Love is all we need. Right on.